Hello, I am Gamer Squiggles. Welcome back to Space Engineers 2. Yes, we're in SE2, not SE1. There's a reason for that. So, for ship survival, basically what's happened is in the core systems update, not only did I have to upgrade my GPU to run SE1, but it also affected the spawns. So basically the core system's bricked the encounter system, and I don't know if that's intentional because of the upcoming update, or if it was just something that they did accidentally. I have no idea. I am still waiting to hear once again from Keen on an active bug report that I have that goes back probably about a year. So that problem's still being resolved. It's partially resolved. Some of the issues that were listed were that you spawn in a SPRT grid with keep ownership, original ownership on, and it came in under Spider Faction. That problem's been resolved. The problems that haven't been resolved with that issue happen to be where nothing is spawning right now, SBRT or otherwise. I did let Key know about that when they asked for a reply. So until the next SE update comes out, we're gonna be doing SE2 content. Whether it's the campaign or more meet the fleet or building content. And I need to find a source of ice. Supposedly there's one in this cave, but I probably have to dig to it, so. Yeah, because, what is this? I need a core sample. It is stone, which you can't actually collect anymore. So we don't... Hello, Gravelvision. I've missed you so much. Gravelvision's an old Minecraft bug where if you covered yourself in gravel, it let you see like open spots in the VOC, basically open spots. So easy to see like mines or whatever. But Mojang patched that because company policy basically. And I know someone who can tell you that that company policy doesn't apply to just Mojang. That's all I can say about that. But there are worse tech companies out there. A lot of talk about like Nintendo situation. I'll say this, like, and I see a lot of talk about this, like titles like Custom Robo, Xenoblade, they'd have units and games flying off the shelves if they brought those games back. Like they, you know, it's one thing to, if you don't listen to your customers, you don't make money. And as the saying goes, the customer is always right because the customer has the money. And like a lot of people said, like if Nintendo were to make those games again, they would buy a Switch 2 even with the problems that the system's been having. Which, you know, I understand why Nintendo would do that. You know, you wanna... And honestly, like, what they did, you know, trying to prevent cheating and stuff, the way they did it is a little bit, a little bit better than, like, some of the others, because you see a lot of, like, moderations now for, like, you know, for other things, and it's not implemented well, but in some ways Nintendo's system works as intended, for the most part. And if it doesn't work intended, they will rectify the issue, no questions asked. So, you can't, you know, nothing's perfect, is where I'm gonna end with that, but, you know, you just roll with the punches as best as you can, and you go from there. These crates, like, carry nothing, but, there's no inventory in cockpits anymore. It's kind of sad. Let's go back in, no, we need to go back in the main mine. We need to grab more ice, because I really wish Keen put GPS markers back in. I don't know why they didn't put that in. That's like, I mean, I know it's coding, but like, if you think about it, it's a lot easier to code in, hey, I would like to put a signal in. Like, I mean, think about it, look, right here, you see all these markers on my map? The framework for the GPS system is already in there. They just have to basically allow us to be able to place them. I'm going to turn my HUD off, see, now they disappear. And now I turn back on, and then you can see them again. You know, it's the same in SE1. It behaves, the signals behave the exact same way. So why they couldn't add the GPS, couldn't tell you. But, you know, I don't have the greatest sense of direction. I'm one of those that usually checks a map every so often. But I manage as best as I can. Usually I work best with like landmarks or whatever. I was in one of my friend's worlds and literally we were sticking mammoth trophies like all over our base to guide our path, and we like stuck a contact device high up in the air. Like for the, cause like we built like a watchtower for Overwatch purposes, and it does work when you use it. Black cat. Yeah, so like we have the contact device on top of there because the contact device's light can be seen from far away. So that's kind of why we did that. Now I gotta find my way out of this mine shaft. Oh, well, I can follow the grasshopper out of the mine shaft. Alright, now we gotta find our way back to the main ship. Whoa, what is going on? What in the world? Huh? She's not happy about something, but I can't... Alright, what? It's in times like this when you need to do a damage assessment. Find out, did something break on takeoff? So basically, we clipped the guardrail, and then she just didn't want to function like she should. Let's see, did the landing gear take any damage? No, so we have like 0 damage. She just doesn't want to run like she should. She's got no gyro power as part of the problem. So it's basically having a weight issue. But I had that cargo full before. It wasn't doing this then, so I don't know what is happening. But that's why, you know, we play games and then record it, because then the developers can see that and then like, oh, we gotta fix a bug, hooray! And like, some of my builds in SE1, they're overbuilt for a reason. Although I'll admit the Mark 1 Mad Vulture would still be having the same problems as this would be. Okay, so now we're fine. So that's really weird. And also, I've lost my bearings. Never mind, I have my bearings back. Yeah, so that was totally weird. Nothing's damaged. Although probably best to take the battery out. Also, if I haven't mentioned this before, I love the like the be able to remove the power cells directly from a battery. I think it was Ship Survival 8 where I was having a problem where I had to manually take the power cells out of the block because they're part of the block structure, and didn't grind it down hard enough to change the build state before I put the power cells back in, which was part of the reason why nothing worked. And then managed to find a drone with some uranium, so I was able to get some power back. So that worked out good in that regard. Okay, so now we're going to open the inventory. We're going to put all this ice in there. And then that's going to start powering the ship. We're probably going to have to make a few more loads of ice deliveries. Anything in this crate? Yes, there is. There's nickel. Actually, I did say I was going to swap the power module out, so I'll do that now. And then I'll place it in that, swap it with that battery. Okay. This is a really cool feature, like people give, like, Keen a lot of grief for things, but this is, like, amazingly awesome. I just need to grab the power cell that's I have a charge, and then place that one in. There we go. And now it's going to be charging. Alright. The base has solar panels, so during the day it'll continue to collect energy. And it's not really using a lot of energy. So it will be perfectly fine. But I'm going to end it here. We're going to be continuing off more next Sunday. Just simply because, well, SE2 is all we got for right now, and I kind of do want to get to space. I do want to see see more of SE2, and I haven't had an opportunity, but the issues that I got from the core systems update opened the avenue up for SE2 content back up, and for me to be able to play it again. So some ways it's you know, blessing in disguise. So anyway, remember to like and subscribe. Helps the channel out, and hit the bell so you don't miss a moment of the action. Otherwise, it'll be hard for you to find future content. But I'll see you guys next time.